Hey, Lisa. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Tammy. Hey, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And I know we're like several days in, but I feel like we're spot on because this is the first Tuesday of the new year.
It is.
So we made it.
We did.
And we made it through the storm. Our electricity did not shut off.
That's wonderful.
Praise God. Yeah. We were ready if it did, but you prepare for it, but you don't want to actually have to use it. Use your preparations for running out of the
It's when you're
electricity.
not prepared. That's when it happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we're good. We're golden then because that's probably
Exactly.
not
I'm
going to happen.
convinced.
Real
Yeah, I'm
quick.
convinced.
Hello, Ginger, Not For Nothing Homestead. Gwen at Broke Cowgirl Homestead, good to see you. Heather, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, hello, hello. Kathleen, My Alabama Farm Life, good to see you. And hey, Rebecca, Touched by Yarn, thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Yeah. So, you excited for the new year?
I am. I am.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, another year. You know what I mean?
Another year, another
But
year.
it always is like the possibilities are endless.
I know. Isn't it fun? It's so fun at the beginning of the year when you can think about, your possibilities, right? Your
Right.
potential. What are you going to get done? All of the fun stuff, the fun planning. Hey, Garrett Gryden, good to see you.
Hey, gear.
I
And
hope
then
your
going back,
electricity stayed on.
what's that?
He's in Missouri also. So I was saying, I hope
Oh,
his electricity stayed on through the
yeah.
storm. Yeah. Hey, Alfonso.
And also, hey Alfonso, also it's fun at the end of the year to look back.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
when you look back and you're like, I didn't have many goals, but holy cow, look what we did, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You did a lot this year.
We did. It was funny. I said to Ryan when I was doing it was a short on YouTube, but it was a reel on Instagram. And when you look back and you forget. You know what I mean? And it's like you look back, and I said to Ryan, I said, "Wow," I said, "We really did a lot." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm plumb wore out."
Mhm. Yeah, you did do a lot. It was a good year.
It was. We got a living room and the hallway done.
Mhm.
Um, we got an extra countertop and cabinets put in.
Mhm.
We butchered a pig. We went without water, got a new well,
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. But it was a lot, but it was good.
Mhm. Yeah. You experienced half of the grid down,
Yeah,
right? No
yeah.
water. Not for nothing homestead, they're always off grid, which is awesome. Yeah, we got another garden bed in. I feel like my gardening year was better last year than it was the year before. And hopefully this year will be even better. We harvested some fruit off our trees for the first time since we lived here. So that was fun. What else did I do? Well, we got pretty much the wall done in the kitchen, but still so much more to do there. Oh, we did get new roofs put on this year. So that was
Storm
good.
shelter.
Uh-huh, the storm shelter. Well, that was the year before last, though. Last year was the roof, and then right before the roof, we had done the storm shelter. But we did get the storm shelter all decked out. I need to do a video because my husband has that storm shelter rocking. It is like so nice down there.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Joe, fix it for you. Thanks for joining. And I did start planting some things. I'm wanting to do the on the edge of our property, like it's our property. So not I say edge of our property, but we got 15 acres, and
Yep.
we've got about 3 acres that have the two homes, right? And then it turns into woods, and we want to leave it as woods because we like to hunt and stuff. But
Right.
right on the edge of our yard where it goes to woods, I want to have like permaculture going on right through there, like a food forest. And I feel like I got that started last year, but I definitely need to work on it more. And towards the end of the summer, it started to get really dry. And I did discover that when I pulled up all of the leaves that were on the top of my lemon balm, they didn't thrive as well as when the leaves were there. So this year I'm leaving the leaves for the lemon balm. They seriously prefer to have the ground covered. So
Yeah.
we'll be doing that. So yeah, more we had more done with that. Um we did. I did. So I've written it. My husband and I wrote a song. I do not have it copyrighted yet. I cannot sing it for anybody yet, but I'm super excited and it's about fishing. It's going to be
Nice.
fun. And I told him, look, before spring, I've got to get it copyrighted and I want him to sing it because honestly, it just sounds better from a man's voice singing it, some
Yeah.
songs like that. So we need to go to a recording studio because I want him to sing it and us to get it recorded. And then I don't know, we'll see if we can sell it or something. But it's so
Nice.
fun. I'm excited about that. But yeah, that's all of the stuff that we did. I'm hoping we can pay off more debt this year. That's one of my goals is to try to get that done.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. It's fun, Ginger. It's so fun. It's such a fun song. Fun songs are the best. So yeah, I can't wait to share it. Can't wait to
Yeah.
maybe I was even telling my husband, like, maybe if we can get this done and get it recorded and then create a little video for it, maybe we could even launch it and do like a fishing collaboration or something just for the
Oh,
fun.
neat.
Yeah,
That'd
something like
be cool.
yeah. So what about everybody else? What did you guys get done last year that you're feeling good about? Do share so we can celebrate in everyone's accomplishments. Hey, Nancy, our treasured home, and LP, good to see you.
Hey, LP.
If anyone is wanting to do any kind of the worm compost, is it vermicomposting? Am I saying
Yep.
that right? LP is your channel to go to.
Oh, yeah.
She really
Definitely.
gets into the details of stuff
I'm
with
so
that.
bad not to comment. I've been watching on my TV.
I do a lot of that too. Yeah.
I know. Gwen says I can't believe it'll be time to start tomatoes and peppers in a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still debating what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna. I don't know. I want to do more peppers than tomatoes this year because we are overrun from the tomatoes from last year, and
Mm-hmm.
I just hate investing in peppers and then them not doing what they're supposed to do. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, feel good about my sleep. Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. I mean, sleep is important. I hate it when I have nights of not sleeping well.
Ugh. Welcome
So
to my
you're
world.
so you're debating on so what are you thinking you're going to grow this year? So if it sounds like
So
you're going to
we
change up the peppers and maybe not grow as many tomatoes, so what do you think you're going to do instead?
so thinking of doing more peppers
Mm-hmm.
in large quantities versus tomatoes. Just do like a
Okay.
couple tomato plants.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because you're so stocked up on tomatoes.
right,
Gotcha.
right. And then part of me is like, we have had one good pepper year
Mm-hmm.
of 5. This will be 6.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, am I wasting my time with peppers?
Yeah.
That's the
Hmm.
thing. But I don't know. We'll see. But
Interesting.
I may, not even like hot peppers. I'm just talking
Yeah.
regular peppers.
Mm-hmm.
But they take so long. So I don't know.
Long time.
I may try to start some here soon.
I feel like when we were in northern Arizona, the peppers took a lot longer to grow. I mean, they take a long time anyways, but I remember feeling like, oh man, my cayenne peppers aren't going to do anything. I remember feeling like that, and it was at the very, very end, and it took forever.
Yeah. And they also, I don't know, I'm looking at the almanac for our area and they're saying They're saying that, September and October are going to be warm.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Oh,
course, you
ginger.
never know, but
Yep. Ginger had a good pepper year. And good for you, Nancy, on getting everything squared away with
mhm.
your health. Picking peppers before this freeze. Oh, that's
Wow.
nice.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kathleen. They definitely need to be started before the tomatoes.
That's a good idea. And I can't say that I always do start them first either.
The other thing is, I usually buy the greenhouse starts. Usually do better for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not my starts.
Mm-hmm.
My tomato starts do all my other tomato stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. September, October might be
Oh,
warm.
Nancy, you'll have if you left some of the heads out there, you'll have dill for life. I've got dill for life.
Oh, that's
I was
nice.
pulling it out of
Yes,
the
I
ground.
did.
Yeah, I pulled it out of the ground and was handing it away.
Mm-hmm. Start most seeds till March or April. Oh wow. Where are you, LP? I can't
I
remember.
usually start mine in February.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
Yep.
like I said, I don't want to do that again this year.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna do I did the winter sewing last year and I really enjoyed that. So
Good.
I think I'm gonna try to do that again and do starts on the inside. Maybe do a little bit of both, but it sure limits the amount of, carrying stuff in and out, which I hate to have to carry stuff in and out.
I do too.
That's my pet peeve, and it gets obnoxious. Like then when you're up potting them, it just, what you're carrying out gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I usually up pot once
Mm-hmm.
to large containers, and yeah, Nancy, if the seeds, if usually what you do is if, like, say you plant it in a bucket and you leave the dill head on, and when it dries out, you pick up the bucket and drop it straight down, and that just makes all the seeds fall down and they go in the dirt. But I can tell you, I can't believe how much dill it multiplied.
That's awesome. Hey, Gail.
Hey,
Good to
Gail.
know because I think I left some out there too. And good for you on the craft room getting finished. Lisa, you had a project like that, and I had a project like that too. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, I remember. I'm just sitting amongst the mess again.
Yeah, I'm so happy I got my craft room like done and have been sewing and doing stuff in there. That makes life fun.
That's cool, Gail. I mean, Barb.
Good-
Sorry.
And good job, Heather. Some people pick up from the farmers and plant them at home. That's cool. Hey, Barb. Didn't see her come in. Wow, still harvesting serrano peppers. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hmm. What kind of peppers, if you do grow some, what kind are you thinking of growing?
I thought about well, bell peppers and maybe some poblanos that I have. Um,
Mhm.
but I don't know. It's just one of those things. I quite honestly, I don't even want to think about gardening right now. I don't.
Like, give me at least another 4 weeks, huh?
But it's one of those things where you've got to start them early
Yeah.
to get them out there mature if you're going to have any
Mm-hmm.
success for us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I just you know, last year's garden was epic and it was, great. It was a lot of work and it was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of enjoying a break from it because,
Yeah,
keep in mind
it
we
was epic.
had the tomatoes started in February. So from
Mm-hmm.
February until October.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's a
know what
lot.
I mean?
Yes.
So I'm like,
Watering every day.
I don't even want to like think about taking care of
Mm-hmm. Signing up for
seedlings.
that again. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I have to say, I have enjoyed the reprieve from that with the winter.
sure.
Of not going out there and taking care of everything.
Right, right.
Because it's a daily deal. I mean, here we get rain too, right? Like we get rain where you don't. And I can remember being in northern Arizona too, where it's so dry that you're watering once, sometimes twice a day just to combat all of the dryness, the dry air.
I mean, we recently had 2 inches of snow, and that's like the most snow we've gotten.
Barb's with us.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most snow we've had. And it's January. Like,
Oh, yeah. That's
it,
awesome, though. That might mean that you have a really good year. You guys need that water, right?
well, no, we need water bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have
Mm-hmm.
cracks in our ground like you wouldn't believe.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's
Um
awesome, Ginger.
and it's also like we definitely need some moisture because it's just out of control. So I don't know, I may do a smaller garden this year.
Hey, Ark Wild Man. Good to see you.
Hey Joni.
Oh, 6 to 8 inches coming. Snow. Hi,
Wow.
Jamie. Thank you.
Wow.
Marinating chicken. That's one of the things I want to do. I've okay, not even just want to, but have to. I have to start pressure canning. I have to. I
Yeah,
really, yeah,
what's
I
the
really
holdup?
need me. I'm the holdup. I'm big chicken.
Wow. Heather said we haven't had snow. It's really warm, like spring, not good. Yeah, it's
Mm-mm. Yep,
overall, I mean, this winter is mild.
it
I mean,
is.
nothing to complain about here, temp wise.
Hey, going green, mom.
Snow wise, it's awful.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, you have fall moisture helps with spring pasture and forage, and that window was terrible. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have wildfire season will come up, and that's going to be really scary too.
Yeah,
Um,
Arizona, I hear, is really dry. Like they're having
yeah,
a really low snow, which means really bad things for fire season.
right.
We call it fire season. You have a fire season too, right? I
Yep.
don't think they even use that terminology here where we are now, but you do in places like Arizona where you're at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Kathleen, I have the Nesco and love it. I use it weekly.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I will say is look into is it a Presto?
Yep, presto.
But the electric one.
Mm-hmm.
There is one that I thought might be approved.
Mm-hmm.
When I got mine, they did not have one, but I'm not 100% sure. But look into it. But I will say I have it's like one time it was called Carry Nesco. Now it's
Mm-hmm.
Nesco Carry. I mean, it's just so dumb. But
Mm-hmm.
the bottom line is I have that one and I love, love, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Every week we do chicken stock from the chickens we raised here, and so that's what I love about it is I could put 5 wide mouth jars for pressure canning.
Nice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I've got the presto. So I don't have the electric one. I'm just going to learn on the Presto one and
That's what I have too.
hope all goes well.
Yep.
Real quick, I want to answer this question. Going Green Mom, Heather is in Northwest Oregon. I'm in Missouri, but I planted my garlic in, when did it? October, beginning of October ish. I could be a little bit off there, but I always think of planting garlic like in that right before winter time, end of fall, and then it's supposed to be ready to harvest by say June-ish. But I've even heard from some gardeners that you can let the garlic sit and not harvest it in June, but let it go a whole nother year if you wanted to and get bigger garlic bulbs. I'm gonna try that. I planted mine. I've got like my long. I've got one long garden bed, and it's where I put like my watermelons. Go in that one, and then I've got asparagus at the end of it. I planted the garlic next to the asparagus just so it could just like be there, and then we'll see what happens. Hope that.
Interesting. I planted some garlic corms that Gwen sent me, so I'm curious to see how they do. They have to be in there for 2 years, but I have lots of garlic planted.
Mhm. Yeah.
Plant mine the first part of November and harvest in June. Yeah,
Yeah.
mine I plant usually plant in end of September, beginning of October. I think I got it in mid or end of October, and we
Mhm.
won't harvest till August.
Yeah. Um, oh, is anybody doing so I'm not formally doing it, but there's several different collaborations going on. I know there's the Three Rivers Challenge. There's Sutton's Days about eating from your pantry. Kathleen, sounds like you need to do that. We're actually trying it. We're trying to just eat from the pantry for all of January, like basically from last week on, and not have to buy any groceries, short of like maybe, some fresh vegetables or fruit that we need. And maybe, if we need milk, because none of our goats are in milk right now. So that's what we're thinking is we're going to do that kind of eat. I've got to pull everything out, try to set aside things that are for 2024. Um, Make sure we eat up all the 2024 stuff and
Yep.
start like our boxes that have 2025, start organizing those so that early 2025 those things can go on the shelf, but not till we get rid of 2024s. Anybody else doing that? Are you doing it, Lisa?
I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and quite honestly, that's what we do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not so much a saving money thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's more convenience too,
Mm-hmm.
and living rurally.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go to buy if we go to buy something at the local grocery store, it's 2 to 3 times the price
Mm-hmm.
of what it is at Walmart.
Yeah.
And the difference with Walmart is it ends up being an all-day trip. So
Mm-hmm.
we always try to eat with what we have. So we always have meat on hand because we raise it or we buy it locally
Yeah.
from, farmers. And we have all those frozen vegetables that I did.
Mm-hmm.
We have canned goods. So
You're set.
that's what we try to do. Thanks, Joni. That's what we try to do normally. And sometimes it's out of pure laziness. Like we don't want to go to Rapid City. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
we go there, what do you call it? We try to go like at the quickest frequency is once a month
Mm-hmm.
for food, but it's usually 2 to 3 months because we try to buy a bunch at once.
Mm-hmm. So you don't do a weekly trip to the grocery store?
No, we haven't in years.
Wow. Okay. We're
We
still
raise our own chicken, we've
busy.
raised pheasant, we've raised duck, we have pork, we have local beef. When we didn't have pork, we um bought local pork, like a half hog. So we always have protein on hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the only thing it's like we go locally if we run out of stuff, like half and half for coffee, or you need
Yeah,
something for a
those kind of
recipe.
things.
But I have freeze dried peppers from
Yeah.
potatoes and all that stuff. So
Mm-hmm. That's great, LP. I think that might have answered Going Green Mom's question. I don't think it matters how cold it gets over the winter. I mean, Missouri had an Arctic blast last year, and Simply Jan Homestead harvested tons of garlic. As a matter of fact, all the garlic I got planted out there was gifted to me from Simply Jan Homestead because she had so much. So I don't think it matters how cold it gets over the winter.
cover it with straw. That's what I
Yeah,
do.
that's what you. Yep. Yeah.
And the other mulch it is what they say. But here's the other thing. We the first year I grew garlic, it was in a winter where we had negative 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So it did just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is that I am always a proponent of is little things you do add
Mm-hmm.
up, right?
Yep.
So here's a good example of that. We make our own laundry detergent.
Mm-hmm.
right? And so that 5-gallon bucket lasts a long time,
Yeah.
right? And then the other thing is, you rend like today I have lard rendering,
Mm-hmm.
and when the lard renders, well, that's less. We don't buy oil from the store then. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we buy olive oil, like, and stuff
Yeah.
for soap and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
mainly we cook with that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I never thought about mulching garlic.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we do.
Oh, you mean putting mulch over the top of it?
Yeah,
Okay, sorry. I was confused.
I was gonna say,
What are you turning it into mulch?
no, 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 no. But
Yeah.
I think those are the things, you do. Every little thing you do adds up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other thing too, is when you're lazy and don't want to go to Rapid City or all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff, you tend to live with what you got and you live
Yeah.
without, and it's okay.
And it's okay. Yeah. And you get creative with your meal planning,
Right.
right? Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So we will go to, like, for example, we'll stock up on stuff when we go to the Amish store.
Mhm.
We go to the Amish store maybe once every 6 weeks or so. Uh,
Nice.
and it's usually timed with, like, something needs to be done to our truck because it is a good little drive there. So if we've got to drive far to, like, go to a dental appointment of some sort, hey CB, good to see you.
Hey, CB.
Um, or something like that. We'll go to the Amish store. And then we'll stock up on what they have, especially if they have a case of stuff that doesn't have a date that's coming up super quick. Then I might get it, 2 cases or something. But we'll run up to the store. It's not too far from us. It's about a 20-minute drive to the grocery store, and which is different from, where we lived before, and get some things like every other week, maybe even every week and a half. And we always end up, if I see something on sale, I'm buying extra to put it into our preps. But here's what happens with me: comes home, it goes in the cabinet. So now I have to go through my cupboards kind of one at a time and
Mhm.
make sure, like, my my go-to first cupboards, because my long-term storage goes somewhere else, right? But I need to go through my go-to first cupboards, and I've got to check dates. And what I'm going to do is anything that's dated 2026, I'm setting it aside. It's going to go in a 2026 box and be put back, and I won't use it at all. And then that way I can make sure, is there anything in there that's 2024 that needs to be either put into a meal or maybe dehydrated, because then the dehydration is going to extend the shelf life of it. So that's what I have to do. That's the work I created for myself. I don't know how everyone else does it, but it works for me. What I do works for me, but I like to have the time to go through and check dates. Hey,
Hey,
Natasha,
Natasha.
good to see you.
Yeah, I hear you, Gwen and Barb. There's none here either. Although recently we have had, last spring, we had a guy post in a local Facebook group. It was an Amish family that had starts, and I bought those beautiful marigolds and
Mm-hmm.
cabbage starts from him,
Mm-hmm.
and amazing donuts.
Oh no, good donuts. Yum, that sounds good. There's
Yeah.
an air fryer collaboration going on, like, right now, with
Mhm.
Jamie's Country Living, and
Mhm.
I'm thinking about donuts, but I'm supposed to be trying to eat healthy. But I was thinking, maybe I could do some air fryer donuts. They're kind of healthy, right? Like, they're not dropped in grease. At least there's that.
Air fryer bagels, maybe.
Yeah, I saw a recipe for that too. I might do that, but I don't know. I think about, like, the whole flour and, trying to minimize flour in your diet, right? The carbs and stuff. But
Hmm.
I might do that. You said donuts now, so there goes my brain.
Jeez.
Anyone else following my brain on the donut? Oh gosh, yeah. It's nice to have now. Before we had the Amish store, I did like to. Ooh, she's going to do a blooming onion. That's
Oh, she posted it last night. It's
Oh,
really
you
good.
did? I need to
You
go
got to
see
see
it.
it.
Oh man. I haven't had one of those in like seriously years. Like it might even be a decade. Before we had the Amish thing, we did go. I like to shop sales and bulk stuff, even at Sam's Club. We had a Sam's Club we'd order from, and if they had something go on sale and we could get a case of it, that's the way that we did. One thing I liked about getting from purchasing from Sam's Club was that the dates were all really far out. Like
hmm
we could buy a case of stuff and it could have a date on it. It could be like 2027, for example, like 2 years out. And I do like that. I was actually kind of my brain was thinking, should I get a subscription with them again? I decided against it, but I did think about it because they are so good.
Yeah.
Aldi's is good too for those kind of deals.
Aldi's, it's funny you mentioned that because somebody said to me, I on Instagram, I had this conversation in my stories about this was, I don't know, last week or so about bioengineered ingredients.
Oh yeah,
And
I heard something about that too. Tell me what you heard.
well, people were saying that Aldi's was
Hey
fairly
Don,
safe
maybe.
with not having products
Mm-hmm.
that had them in there, and
Good to
now they
know.
say they're everywhere in there.
Oh, now they are?
hmm
Okay, what I heard too was that those bioengineered ingredients are messing up people's gut health.
I believe
They're
it.
they're really and a lot of, if you talk to any GI doctor, like any GI doctor, regular MD, I'm not even talking naturopath. Any GI doctor is going to tell you the health starts in the gut. They're all going to say that. So a lot of people are saying that people are getting sick because their gut health is so bad, and it's so bad because of getting worse because of these bioengineered food ingredients.
Well,
Oh, nice, Joni.
we have become fairly good at reading labels and refuse to buy them just because we don't want to support it,
Hey, Off Grid World, thank you.
nor do we want to eat it, but
Mhm.
mainly we don't want to support it. But
Mhm.
I was so mad that we got so busy during Christmas, and we have like Christmas and Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve appetizer extravaganzas here.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And
Nice.
we bought, egg rolls and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
full of bioengineered. And I
Mhm.
never looked. But
Mhm.
I look now a lot. I look a lot for the most part, but I got
Yeah.
busy, got sidetracked in the store, and I was mad at myself. But um, Carvel cake, Hellman's mayonnaise, um,
Mhm.
frozen stuff, egg rolls, pot stickers,
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff. And it's just if I see bioengineered ingredients and I remember to look, right,
Mhm.
I don't buy it.
Mhm. Yep.
Farm fresh mozzarella sticks, toss
Mhm.
them
Mhm.
because they were bioengineered. The Hellman's is the worst one for me
Hmm. No
because
kidding.
I really like their mayo.
Yeah, I know I've bought their mayo before.
I
And I'm
really like the
thinking, do I even
flavor.
have it in my fridge? I might. We can make our own mayo, right? But here's the thing, when we make our own mayo, it's not going to stay in the refrigerator that long, right? You got to use it like
I
within.
don't like the taste of it.
Mhm.
I made a copycat Hellman's mayo from homemade,
Uh-huh.
and it was horrible. And
Huh.
I've tried it with avocado oil. I've tried it with olive oil. It's
Thank
horrible
you, Joni.
for me.
Thank you,
Hi,
Jennifer.
Joni. But that's me, and that's okay. Like I don't have to
Mhm.
like it, you know what I mean? But
Yep.
I'd rather go without it, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what's so good about eating from your own foods.
Yeah.
Is it I mean, theoretically, we should all start to feel better. Does anybody have like getting healthier on their goal list for this year? It's on mine every year.
It
Just
is,
a
and then
little
it
bit healthier. Like just a
doesn't
little
get
bit. I don't know, drink more water.
Yeah.
That's my fallback.
Ale.
Drink more water, move more. So maybe we should talk about, so anybody who's not been with us at the first of the year goal setting live, what we talk about on this live is always going to be about, goal setting, a lot of goals, and then we'll hop down some rabbit trails, which is always fun. And we follow the 7F goal setting plan. And that just means, here, I've got a banner.
Oh, good.
Anybody's wondering what the whole, where is that banner? I used to have a banner. Maybe I don't have a banner. Let's make one. So it's going to be about focusing on your faith, your family, your friends. Okay, fun would be like the next highest up on my list. I like to have fun.
Faith, finance, fitness.
Oh yeah, finance, fitness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and future, of course.
There it is.
Okay, scroll across bottom. This guy. There it is. So there's your 4 or your 7Fs, right? This is the 7F goal setting. So when you're thinking about what do I want to do, even if it's high level, like sometimes, I don't know, like Lisa, you're not big into the whole goal setting, I'm going to have this done by this date kind of thing, but
Right.
there's different ways you can approach goal setting. Lisa, you've got like the big picture. You know what you guys want to do. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
a lifestyle goal setting thing. And you accomplished so much last year. You knew you wanted to grow more food. Like they're just the things that, everything aligned and you worked on it and you got there.
Hey, Karen.
I'm that person that likes to have little notes. I like to have little reminders, and I kind of have to for some things, like drinking water and exercising. Like, and even then, but that's what it's all about. So for fitness, I need to try to prioritize my fitness a little bit more.
Hey, Shortcake.
Hey, Shortcake. Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Carrie Gadiosi, good to see you. Yeah. Anybody else? Oh, 80 total to lose. Started at 3. That's
good for you.
You will do it. You will. 30 to 40. Yep. Mine's not pound related. Everybody's is pound related, which is maybe a good thing. I want to get off my medication, and I've got to lose weight in order to get off my medication.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
You can't tell by my red face sometimes. I have high blood pressure.
Yep.
And I take medication, but I don't know. We're kind of a red face family anyways, I think. But
yeah. Well, I like that, Dawn.
Off-grid world, yes. What did Dawn say? Oh, here she said, don't set solid goals, but I keep moving towards the big picture. Yes.
Go to her next one, though.
My focus is continued to learn to grow more, cook what I grow, figuring out my health problems, and improving my savings. You nailed it, friend. You nailed it.
Yeah, I mean,
all of that is me. Like that's my whole thing too.
Paying off debt and then save, be thrifty.
Yeah.
Is such a huge pressure reliever for a lot of us.
Yeah. Good for you, Going Green Mom. You can do it. You know what I figured? Cinnamon is a major disruptor of blood pressure. Use caution.
I don't use cinnamon.
Huh.
Rarely do I use cinnamon.
I had not heard that about cinnamon. That's interesting.
It's good for diabetes, I heard.
I heard it's really good for blood sugar. Mm-hmm.
I know, Dawn, hang in there.
I'm so curious. I know licorice is, and rosemary.
For blood pressure?
Not good for blood pressure. Rosemary is not good for blood pressure. So, and I have figured out I'm sensitive to it because I actually was making this tea called, it's like, I don't know, Warrior Princess tea or something.
Love when you got to say it out loud.
I know it, right? And I was making this tea and I found that I reacted to it, like, and so I try to avoid rosemary even in my cooking, but licorice also. And there's even like if you make the legit homemade black licorice, you got to be really careful because it's medicinal at this point. And there's even in one of the books I was reading, somebody even died from eating too much licorice. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I won't have that problem.
Yes, rosemary's great for the hair.
I was looking at something. Hold on.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you.
I love black licorice.
No, I can live without it. I really, we don't, for as big as we are, we don't eat candy. We eat food.
Food. Food would get you there, obviously. Like me too, Lisa. I don't know that I'm a huge candy person.
I love food.
You know what got me here? One baby. That's what got me here. Before baby me and after baby me stuck.
Any of the hot essential oils? Huh.
Interesting. I had not heard that about oregano either. I'll have to check all my books. I have tons of books. You all got me. I'm gonna be researching that now.
There was a book oh gosh, when I think of it, I've
Nancy said
gotta,
we are not big sweet eaters, but it doesn't look like it. You know what
yeah.
I figured out? I can't lose any weight until I start intermittent fasting. And supposedly, if you do it enough, your body will heal itself and your metabolism will kick it up.
I have to move more if I want to lose anything. Like,
I'm telling
meaning not like really above and beyond
you. Yeah.
exercise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the trick is to lose enough of it that it doesn't just come right back. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? My husband loves to feed. He loves to feed people. So if he like I have to remind him, I'll make his plate and my plate, and then he tries to put his food on my plate because he doesn't think that it looks like I have enough. And I
Oh
have
my
to tell him,
gosh.
look, you're like almost a foot taller than me. Stop. Like I'll
Yeah.
weigh as much as you do if I eat as much as you do.
I
Mhm.
fail to LP. I fail to, I mean, my craft room is kind of getting backed up, but I mean, we still decluttered. Actually, what's really cool is, so here's reality, right?
Mhm.
A year ago, we decluttered. We did that huge decluttering, got rid of
Mhm.
a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
At that time, I filled up totes with these books from work. They were work
Mhm.
related books,
Mhm.
which I
Oh, I
won't use
saw
anymore.
Lisa. I have some of those same books that I've donated before. I was like, oh my gosh. Me
Yeah.
and her, yeah, we have been down the similar path for sure.
So I had 3 totes of books.
Mhm.
And so what I ended up doing was letting them sit there for a year by the freezers.
Mhm.
Didn't do anything with them
Mhm.
because I just never got to it and kept
Yeah.
forgetting.
Mhm.
Well, around Christmas time, I scanned all the books finally with an app,
Mhm.
and 1 tote worth of books. I ended up earning $75.
Nice.
So they sent me the label, I shipped them all out, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah, and I'm just waiting for the money to get put in my account.
Awesome. Very
But
nice.
the other 2 totes are still there because I need to get to the big city to drop them off.
Mhm. That's
Hey,
awesome.
Andale.
Hey, Andale.
It's funny, off grid world. You said as soon as I get rid of something, then I need it. I've only regretted one thing that I got rid of.
Mhm.
Um, I moved a sewing machine and a serger sewing machine everywhere and wasn't using it. And then life changed and I'm back now and I'm not back. I'm doing this now, homesteading.
Mhm. Yeah.
The serger was the one that I am mad about because that one is that was bought for me by my dad,
Uh-huh.
but it's expensive to replace. Whereas a
Yeah.
sewing machine I got really cheap.
Yeah.
during the pandemic, it was not an issue, but to
Mhm.
replace the serger is not something I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
So I'm really bummed. That's
I'll
the
bet.
only item I ever regretted.
I'll bet. I've been thinking about those because I'm doing a lot of sewing right now, and I'm like, oh, if I had a serger, because you got to sew everything, and then you got to go back and you got to treat your seams. Did you see
I
this,
know, but it's like I was like,
Lisa?
it's not worth replacing.
Yeah, that's kind of. I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe later. We got to see how long I stay in my sewing mode for. Have
Too
you heard
much
this?
kale. No, no.
I haven't heard it either. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. Um, yeah, lemon balm is not good if you have
Yeah,
thyroid.
mom's not good.
But I really, I do for the stuff that I sew, a serger would be perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't heard it about moringa either. I heard moringa was amazing, as a matter of fact.
For cancer too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was reading an article on wormwood the other day. It's an herb that shows a lot of promise for treating cancer. Interesting enough. Maybe if
Exactly,
everybody
Karen.
Googles wormwood, you might be able to find the article.
Yeah, exactly, Karen. I agree with you. I mean, really, it's just
Right? True.
it was, it was either not a big deal to replace, little things and stuff like that, but really I've only regretted that one thing.
So, Barb, for gaining weight, I have to share there is an Ayurvedic herb called shatavari. And let me put it in the chat and I'll spell it. Now, I don't know if this is going to work like it did for me for everybody, but I don't know why, I don't remember my thought process behind combining shatavari with, oh gosh, the other one that tastes horrible. What is it? Help me, people. It's good for anxiety. Lisa, I told you that you should try it. I keep thinking
No,
it's an Ayurvedic herb.
I knew you would call on me and I'd forget.
What is it? Okay, I'm gonna Google it. Hang on.
Yarrow?
No, Ayurvedic. Hold on, guys.
Because, yeah, Off Grid World suggested it. Astragalus root?
Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
So I don't remember why I had combined the two of these Ayurvedic herbs and what I was doing at the time, but I was so hungry. Let me tell you. And we were sitting at the dinner table. So it was ashwagandha and shatavari. And I was hungry. I think I was taking the ashwagandha because it's really good for you in so many ways. It's good for thyroid health, it's good for anxiety. It's just a great herb. And then shatavari is supposed to be a good woman's herb, right? Like this is supposed to be a great woman's herb. And so I started taking, so I say together, but it wasn't necessarily together. So I started taking the shatavari. All I know is I was hungry, like a lot. And we were at the dinner table, and even my family was like, whoa, like you are hungry. I'm like, I know, I've been hungry. And I'm like, what have I been doing? And it was the shatavari made me so hungry. Yes, I did gain weight. So you could try shatavari, Barb. Go look it up. I put it for you in the chat. It made me gain weight. I wasn't trying to, but it did. It made me really hungry.
I think Barb's body has been through a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You'll have to look into it, though. Look into it before you take it. I kind of envy you people who have such a great metabolism.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
I don't have that problem either. I did figure out that if I really wanted to lose weight, I could, but it would just mean me eating like one meal a day, pretty much.
Ugh,
Yeah. And
that's
I'm
not good.
actually, it's no fun. I'll tell you that. I
Well,
like
it's
to
not your
eat.
body. You're better off splitting that up.
Hmm. But it's the actually the intermittent fasting. So
Oh,
I could like I'm one of those people that, and I am like doing like an intermittent fast right now, like this, maybe for all of this week, maybe next week, because I started feeling like I was having some gallbladder things going on. And if you ever start to feel like don't just ignore it. But that doesn't mean you got to go run to the doctor and sign up for surgery. For me, anyways, for me, that means I need to drink lemon water. I need to eat radishes, and I need to drink chamomile tea, and I need to do an intermittent fast for a couple of weeks and let all of the sludge that's in my gallbladder kind of work its way through. That's what it means for me. You all can do your own thing, but that's what it means for me. But so over this week and next week, if I extend it, and fear is a great motivator, so is pain, right? Those are two really good motivators. I might lose a couple of pounds, and maybe 5 or more even in the next couple of weeks that I do that, because that's when I intermittent fast and I want to lose weight, I can only eat within like a 4 to 6 hour window of
No
every day.
worries, Christine.
And I'm not hungry either. Hey, Christine. I just can't do that for a long period of time. Not long enough to
No.
have it count is the problem.
Bye, Ginger.
Have a good day.
Yeah, for sure. I
Doesn't
agree.
feel sustainable for me.
No, you have to do sustainable, and
Mhm.
the bottom line is you have to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, you're not going to focus on it.
Oh, did you see this? Nancy
Hmm.
said low carb, the carbohydrate addicts diet. Yep. I'm betting. I know that I'm carb sensitive. Do you feel like you're carb sensitive, Lisa? You don't eat candy, so that would be like your rices, breads, stuff like
No, I've done both. It's been
that.
fine.
Mhm.
Carbohydrates are good for your brain. The health of your brain.
Mhm. Yeah, true. Are they? I say true, and then I really haven't read about it too much.
If you starve your body of all these different things, it's not good. It's all moderation.
Mhm.
You know
Yep,
what I mean?
I do.
It's your your body needs certain nutrients to be good.
Mhm. Yeah.
If you cut out fat, that's
I
not good.
like the idea of the whole food diet where you're really just trying to eat meats and vegetables and fruits. And, if you're eating a bread, it's one that you made, and maybe sourdough, because sourdough is so good for you, good for your gut health.
Well, here's the thing, like I like the whole food too, because what I've always been told and what I've read about is whole food in their closest form, closest natural state.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So eating an apple is better than eating apple crisp, obviously.
Yeah. Going Green Mom says when her carbs get low, she starts having dizzy spells and electrolyte problems.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, carnivore diet. That's my husband too. He likes lots of meat
Hmm.
in his meals. I made a pot of beans and ham hocks for dinner last night, and he had a whole ham hock, and he's like, "I didn't have enough meat." That wasn't even though the beans. I'm like, "But the
Oh
beans
my
are
gosh.
the protein. Like you're getting."
Wow.
But for he likes a lot of meat, big meat eater.
Totally get it.
Hmm. It's kind of like I think if we really listen to our bodies, we'll hear what it tells us it needs. Do you know what I mean? And
Right,
it's not
right.
going to be the same for everybody. My body doesn't scream to me that I need to eat a lot of meat. It doesn't. I don't. You know what I mean? I'll be the one going towards the beans and the vegetables, and the rice and potatoes and stuff. Oh, yes, bread made from grinded wheat berries.
Mm.
I really would like to try that. You know what I got, Lisa?
What?
I got the grinder to attachment for my mixer.
Good for you.
It's something I want to do this year. I'm hoping that you have more videos coming out on that.
On
I'm
what? I
like,
don't have a grinder.
you made sausage.
Oh, I have that, but I don't have the grinder. I have sausage, I have the cheese shredder.
Yeah, well, it's just the attachment grind. Isn't that what it's called? Am I calling it the wrong thing? A grinder to grind up the meat so that you can make sausage?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you got the wheat berry grinder.
Oh no, I don't have that'd be awesome.
That's what I thought you got.
Mm-mm. Nope. I got the meat grinder.
Nice.
I'm hoping that you do another video and like share your recipe.
I don't have any meat to grind.
You will. You will, and when you do, I'll be ready.
Chicken sausage.
Mm-hmm. Anybody have any questions for us? We do. We are going to be stopping in about 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah, okay, so the meat grinder. Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my body screams that I need. Maybe you do.
Maybe you do.
Really dark chocolate. Supposed to be good for you. Matter of fact, like if your blood pressure ever gets too high, if my blood pressure gets too high, my husband goes and grabs celery and really dark chocolate.
They have a separate wheat berry grinder um for the KitchenAid.
They have a wheat berry grinder for the
I think they
KitchenAid?
do.
Oh, that's really cool.
I keep telling Ryan, just real quick. I keep telling him, I'm like, we're gonna keep buying attachments for the KitchenAid that was bought in 1989,
Uh-huh.
and the KitchenAid's gonna die.
Oh my gosh, that would be awful.
I think they do, Heather. Take a look, but I think they do. Oh, we are over.
We are. Thank you all so much for coming. I hope you guys are thinking about what you want to get done this year, even if it's just big picture, and then figure out how you can break that big picture down so that we can all get there together. Yes, Lisa.
And next week will be on my channel. So come prepared to talk about the goals you have for the year.
Yes.
And how you're going to find balance.
Yes, because therein lies the struggle. Have a great week, everybody, and thank you so much for coming. We'll see you next time.
All right. Take care, y'all.
Bye, everyone.